Most of you have heard of, and many of you have used, mineral trioxide aggregate. It's Portland cement, just the same kind of stuff that's in your driveway. Now, remember the negatives about your driveway. When you've had a new driveway put in, what'd they tell you? Don't drive your car over it for a week or two or three, or you'll crack it. Well, yeah. Does this set that slowly? Well, it sets a lot faster than the original products did back in the 90s, and it's now very usable. Many of you are for liners and bases and pulp caps using an ancient material. Remember this old product? It is bioactive, and that word is overused in dentistry completely. What does bioactive mean? If you remember Dycal, you put it in, you're near the pulp, or you're right into the pulp, and you look at it 6 months later on the radiograph, and there's a dentin bridge. That's bioactivity. That created stimulation to the odontoblasts, and they grew. Well, does this material, MTA, have the same characteristic? Unbelievably, yes. I have in my own mouth an endo on a molar. Well, I've got several endos, but the endodontist could not find one of the canals. And he wanted to do a root amp, and I said, no, let's just find the indentation leading into that canal you can't find, and let's put some MTA in it. Now, I don't know how many years ago that's, several years. We just did some radiographs on me, and that thing is still working very well. MTA does create significant interaction with the tooth. Now, the Ultradent product that I'm going to suggest to you is MTA Flow. I'm not going to go down that line. You can read it. Stop the video for a minute and just scan that. It's for all kinds of uses. Let's just take the top one: bases, pulp capping, pulpotomies, root canal filling, apexification, perforation repair, root resorption. This is a miracle material. I mean, categorically, MTA. It literally is. It will stimulate activity in the tooth. A lot of you use CEREC or Planmeca Fit or other milling machines, and I find, scanning and milling, I find that many times questions will come into CR, why are my CEREC restorations occasionally sensitive? Well, they've cut the prep deeply and it's getting pink. That should have a layer of this very material right over the top of it, so that there will be a stimulation of the dentin underneath. Well, let's take a look at that product. There it is, MTA Flow, mineral trioxide aggregate. It's costing you in the ballpark of $7 an application. It's fairly easy to use. You can mix it thick, you can mix it thin, you can mix it very thick by hand if you wanted to, and end up with a very thick base. Well, we do have then a fairly significant advancement that's been slow to evolve. The first products were very expensive, the MTAs. Dentsply had a product that was a good product, but it was very slow setting. It was very expensive. Now other companies have come along with MTA. Some are making them tooth colored. Let's say you're using an Emax. You don't want a gray MTA. You want one that's tooth colored. Well, consider MTA as state-of-the-art for near pulp exposures, indirect and direct is just what I said, and you will find something that you have not had the opportunity to expect that much tooth regeneration with. You've had older products, and as I said when we first started this, the use of the word bioactive is far overdone. We're seeing products that claim to be bioactive that do nothing. They don't even have ionic exchange into the surrounding tooth structure. MTA, in its various iterations, and in this 5 minutes I can't give you the whole ballpark of them, but there are many of them out there. The one from Ultradent that we just looked at is one of the ones I would consider right on the top. Well, thanks for being with us today. I hope you'll consider when you have a near pulp exposure or a pulp exposure or something where you want to re-stimulate some dentin activity, you're looking at MTA. Thanks for being with us. Join us next week.